I think so, because actually our first introduction is none other than the current LULAC National President, Margaret Moran. From deep in the heart of Texas, President Moran comes to us all the way from San Antonio.
Hailing from the home of the Alamo, the Riverwalk, President Moran brings decades of grassroots experience to her current position. You know, she speaks to empower Latinos across the United States and Puerto Rico with the tools to achieve their American dream, and remains very committed to the growth of the League.
And in fact, President Moran is determined to do just that by expanding LULAC's membership base through outreach to youth and college students across the nation. She's also working hard to increase the amount of programs that LULAC offers in communities both near and far, both boosting LULAC's presence and connecting Latinos to critical resources.
Yeah, she's a very busy woman, but she's here with us tonight, and we couldn't be prouder of her many accomplishments. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in welcoming the LULAC National President, Margaret Moran, to the stage.
Buenas noches. Is everyone having a great time? Okay. As National President of the League of United Latin American Citizens, I want to welcome our esteemed guests to the 2012 LULAC National Legislative Conference and Awards Gala. A special thank you goes to the members of Congress who have taken time out of their busy schedules to be here tonight, and to our award recipients whose accomplishments will be highlighted in this evening's program. Our legislative conference meets in Washington, D.C. every year to hold issue-related workshops for our members and to meet with our representatives to discuss critical legislation that affects Hispanic Americans all over the country. We also meet to recognize key policy and corporate leaders like our diamond sponsors, AT&T and Walgreens, who have served our community well. Thank you for your support, your dedication, and friendship to LULAC. We have and will continue to serve our community as the nation's premier Latino empowerment organization with the assistance of these corporate partnerships. For many of us, being a member of the organization is a labor of love. In 1929, our founding fathers had a vision for a volunteer-based organization with a democratic process for electing its leadership. Today, from the top down, we are still a volunteer-based organization with a membership that devotes significant personal time to our mission, from the president to the vice presidents, to the state directors, our district directors, council presidents, and our 132,000 local members. We are all volunteers. On occasions like this, it is also important to remember our heritage, which sets us apart from all other organizations. LULAC has a long and rich history filled with challenges and opportunities, traditions, and triumphs. The first gathering took place in a Texas barbershop with only 37 men. The shop belonged to Ramon Carvajal, a Hispanic merchant. It may seem like an odd place to meet, but in those days, it was the only safe place where Hispanics could gather without fear of losing their jobs or worse. Imagine the great pride our founding fathers would feel to see us today, 83 years since that first meeting. We are gathered in the nation's capital, hosting cabinet secretaries, members of Congress, corporate leaders, federal appointees, and community advocates to address the issues that matter most to our community. As it was 83 years ago, our membership continues to be diverse ethnically, socioeconomically, and politically. We are Puerto Ricanos, Mexican Americans, South and Central Americans, and some of us are not even Latino at all. We are business owners, labor advocates, educators, and public officials. We are Democrats, Republicans, and independents. We come from all walks of life out of a shared love for our people and a commitment to ensure our prosperity. In short, we are a passionate community of volunteers, staff, and partners, empowering Latinos at the local and national level. You might think that in today's world, how could it still be a necessity for a call to action on civil rights? Although great progress has been made, we must continue to strive for comprehensive immigration reform. And an equitable education for our children. We must combat disparities in healthcare access and bring critically needed access to broadband internet to our community. Although we see more minorities participate in a representative government, we have also seen recent political rhetoric that dismisses the Hispanic vote. This divisiveness attempts to set neighbor against neighbor, rich against poor, the descendants of immigrants against hard-working, undocumented workers. In 1986, LULAC worked hand in hand with the Reagan administration to allow millions of Hispanic Americans to work and contribute to this country without fear of deportation. Many of you sitting here today benefited from that bipartisan legislation. Where is that collaboration today? Where are those united efforts? A recent NALEO study, thank you. A recent NALEO study estimated that more than 12 million Latinos will vote in the 2012 presidential election, 26 more than in 2008. The Hispanic electorate is growing at an incredible rate. In 2012, we hope we can look beyond divisive rhetoric and elect candidates who will advance the issues that matter most to our community. As Latinos and as Americans, we all have a claim to the legacy of the League of United Latin American Citizens. Just as in 1929, today, we remain Americans committed to the principles of honoring our country, remembering our past, and striving for a better future for our children. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.